going? Okay, the number's moving, so I guess I am. Um, okay, it's almost Halloween, so I am going to go straight for the pretty. It's one of the most uh, weirdest things that's happened to me so far. Okay. This takes place when I'm, the spooky story. This takes place when I was 15 years old. 15 or 16. 15 years old. We lived in a crazy spooky house in Indianapolis. I had the whole upstairs was one room, so I would, that was my room. And we had, hated that house. Okay, I'm sorry, but I don't know how to explain this. My room had a door and an enclosed stairway. And you went up and then around and then back to my door to my room. So all the time I would hear the door open downstairs to my stairway, and I would hear footsteps coming up the stairs and then round the round the corner and come to my door and stop. And I'd open the door and no one would be there. And this would happen a couple times. I went down there to Mom because Mom was the only one home. That and my little brother, but he was only 2. He couldn't reach the doorknob, and a lot of times he was in the napping and everything. So there wasn't anybody else in the house. So Mom said, "No, I didn't come up there." And I thought, okay, you're playing games with me again. So this kind of stuff went on all the time, and I never, ever used the laundry chute that we had because I just knew something was going to pop out at me if I opened that door. And so, ooh, creepy. Anywho, to the main part of the story, get to it. I had a dream one night that I was sleeping in the devil's master bedroom. Yeah. It scared me, and I woke up. Then I went back to sleep. In my dream, it's a normal day. I, did my normal kid stuff. And it got to be around, dusk. And Mom and Dad said, "Sis, I want you to watch Mike. We're going to go play cards with Aunt Mary and Uncle Bill." And I said, "Well, okay." And so I didn't think anything of it. I watched him all the time. So we're sitting there watching TV, and he says, "I want a drink of water." And I said, "Oh, can you wait a minute?" He goes, "No, I want a drink of water." So I go back through the dining room to the kitchen to get him a drink of water. And this was in the summertime. And as I go into the kitchen, I look out my screen door, and there is the devil. I had those little house things that cover your back porch. It's like a roof like this. Well, the devil was leaning over upside down, and looking in the house. And he had this evil grin on his face. and it scared me so bad. I woke up and I screamed, and I went downstairs and slept in Mom and Dad's room on the floor. Well, the next day, I finished sleeping. Next day, I wake up. I'm in a pretty decent mood for having that dream last night, and I forgot about it. Kids forget things. Well, around dusk, Mom and Dad says, "Sis, we want you to watch Mike. We're going to Aunt Mary and Uncle Bill's to play cards." I said, "Can I come with you?" And they said no. I said, "I will watch both boys. You won't hear a peep out of them. Just please, can I go?" And they said, "No, you're going to stay here. We don't want to get the two boys together." And they were a pain in the ass, let me tell you. But anyway, I couldn't convince them to let me go with them. So they leave. I'm sitting there, and we had a mirror over the fireplace that you could see the back door from the chair that I was sitting in. And I kept, constantly looking at that thing. Well, watching TV, Mike says, "I want a drink." I said, "Go in the bathroom and get your drink." And he goes, "No, I want a drink out of the kitchen. I want a drink." I said, "No, I am not getting you a drink." And he starts yelling. Of course, okay, I'm going to the back, through the dining room to the kitchen. I'm trying real hard not to look at that back door. So I'm getting a drink out of the sink, and I hear a knock at the back door. And I slowly turned around, and there wasn't anything there. So then I heard a knock at the kitchen sink window, and there wasn't anything there. And it just kept knocking and knocking and knocking and picking up, each different wall of the kitchen until I was actually spinning around. And then I said, "Look, I'm on Jesus' side. You can't hurt me." And it stopped. I never wanted to stay in that house again alone. I refused to stay in that house. I get the creeps every time I go past that house now. When I go to Indiana to visit, I'll go by there, and it's just as creepy as anything. And in fact, my little brother, Mike, 2 years old, and I had him down in the basement, and there was this room that was boarded up. Ooh. I wanted to go in there so bad and find out what was in that room, but I never did. But Mike swears up and down until this day that a robot, one of his toy robots, was chasing him around the basement. And I said, "Oh, Mike, that can't..." Well, I went downstairs and got the robot, and there wasn't any batteries in it because it makes noise. So Mom took the batteries out. But yet it was moving. Don't know. I swear to God, I lived in Spook Central. So, anywho, that's my story for today. I hope it was creepy enough for you. I've got more, if you dare listen to them. Okay, all right. That's it for today. Happy Halloween, guys. See you later. Woo, woo.